everybody. Welcome to a garden tour at the Good Enough Garden. It's going to be very much in the good enough theme today, but that's okay. We're at the beginning of June in Nashville, Tennessee, and there are a lot of beautiful and fun things in my garden, and I want to show you, and it'll just be something to compare it to when we get all the projects done someday, maybe. If you're a gardener, you know that never happens. But let's start here. We're in the front of my house, and this azalea was here when I moved in, but I've actually expanded this bed quite a bit, and I'm just being improvisational and kind of adding things in, trying to create a little privacy. And these elderberries are massive. I got them as bare root. They were just sticks like 18 months ago, and now they're 12 feet tall, which is really exciting, and they're blooming. So I'm excited to gather some berries for these and make elderberry syrup and all that fun stuff. But I've got some grasses here, some poppies, a hibiscus, a hardy hibiscus, a weigela, these drumstick alliums that are about to bloom, and yeah, just kind of a fun little place to throw things that I like. And this bed is very shady under an old dogwood that I need to trim. And I did kind of a big makeover here in 2023. So this is about 2 years old, of hostas, Solomon seal, my hydrangeas, which I cannot get to stay blue. The first year they were so blue, and I keep adding soil acidifier, but they keep turning purple. That's all right. The hellebores were so beautiful. I love them, but now they're kind of done, but growing. And I even like the aged blooms with that kind of lime green color. They look pretty, so I leave them on there. And yeah, maybe trim this tree, maybe, we'll see, I don't know. I just planted up this, come on through. Oh, Jenny's filming for me, and she's gonna have to sneak through some tight spots. I just planted up this bed with just some like begonias and lemon coral sedum, euphorbia. So I have tended to put annuals in here. This lamb's ear has just kind of self-seeded. And I had elephant ears, giant ones, that came back for a few years, but they all died this year. So I popped one new one in there. Let's go over to the front of the driveway bed, and then I'll walk you back. All right, so I call this my driveway bed, and it's my most like cottagey garden area. This is a crepe myrtle. I really hope it gets tall, but it has been this small for like 3 years, so fingers crossed on that one. I got a new beautiful little spruce on clearance in the winter, and I just love it. This is the moonstone. It's going to stay fairly small, but I love the color that the new growth has. And this whole bed is looking what Margaret Schroech says, it has the shaggies. So all the spring stuff is like bloomed out and needs to be cut back, and I just haven't done that. But summer is coming strong right behind it. So we've got cosmos there, zinnias, sunflowers. So if I just give things kind of a good cleanup, which I probably should have done before the tour, but you know what, Good Enough Garden. This area will be nicer again. Pretty happy with my bachelor buttons. This one's called Black Magic, and I need a deadhead, but the nigella pods are really cool, but these spread a ton of seeds, which is why I have so much nigella here. This is all self-seeded. Some pretty salvia. The peonies are done. Shasta daisies. I've got a couple varieties, and it's really incredible how different their bloom time and growth habit is. But these are both Shasta daisies right there. Lavender, I just harvested. The daffodils need to be cut back. This is all the shaggies. This is, let's see, what's this called? Sea holly, Eryngium, but it is just tangled up with this larkspur, real bad, but just the most amazing blue. Like, it truly does. I mean, I guess you could say it's purple, but when it really blooms out, I think it feels blue. And the pollinators, especially flies, just love this. It's fascinating. Different color bachelor buttons. We've got Monarda here, bee balm, more of that drumstick allium. I am very undecided about the Artemisia, the wormwood. I'm wondering what other people think. I've already cut this back once. It is just huge. This one has not been cut back. It's not as big, but I think it's too big for this area. So thinking about taking that out. This path is just crazy overgrown. Salvia, a different kind of Monarda. There's a black-eyed Susan in here somewhere. Irises. This is what we call Rudbeckia maxima, the big one. So last year they got about this tall. I don't know if we're gonna get that high, but they're pretty fun. Let's see, what else do we have in the front? Some daylilies, some sedum. They're like snapdragons and Russian sage and poppies kind of scattered in there. And I've added zinnias, so hopefully it'll keep blooming all summer long. Okay, so I have this funny short window in my house because the garage door used to be here, but there's a window now. And I've always wanted something really tall to frame it, and I went on a totally different direction this year. These blue pots and basically a neon arrangement, which I thought was going to be really nice and cool, but I don't know, it's so bright. But we've got some heuchera, some hosta, some patiens, some vinca, I guess, and a grass back here. So it's growing on me. At first I was like, whoa, this is Technicolor, and I'm usually more of a pastel person, but you know what? It's all right. So let's head to the back. If I would have come through here 3 weeks ago, you would have seen a lot of beautiful roses. Now they are definitely suffering, but you know what? They'll come back. It's okay. This fennel has been here for 4 years, and it just keeps coming back. It's amazing. It gets super tall. It blooms. The caterpillars and butterflies love it. Neighbors going by in a loud truck. But this whole area, I really just need to rethink it. I think I want to maybe remove this burning bush and this nandina. Stuff was here when I moved in, and I haven't wanted to take anything out, but I feel like I'm starting to get to that point. But it was really pretty with the brunnera blooming and the columbine, but I've got some balloon flower coming and sage, and these canna will fill in. Some more lavender and azaleas in here. And a new fence. I had chain link here before, but this is part of the start of my garden renovation, which happened in February. So this will be painted, and this irrigation will be reinstalled at some point. But come on in and see my new patio. I haven't done a tour in a really long time, so you may not remember what my patio and garden was like before, but it was actually very similar. I didn't change the design very much. We just made it new and neat. The patio is expanded. It was pavers, and now it's this limestone chip with a brick border. Need to work on that bed. But yeah, I'm just overall really happy with having more space out here for the fire pit and the dining table, and a lot more in-ground beds. So the raised bed area has all these sort of really low 4 foot or 4 inch going up to 12 inches here, kind of they're kind of in-ground beds, but they do have that just border of the cedar post. And I'm really loving my patriotic red, white, and blue section. Accidentally, didn't really mean that to happen, but we've got larkspur, the Pandora poppy, and this is Orlea, and there's a little snapdragon, foxglove peeking back out through there. Bronze fennel, chamomile, pincushion flower, dusty miller. But yeah, so basically, same as I had before, there are 3 4x8 raised beds. These are made out of cedar, 2x8 cedar, and they've got a nice little trim on them, so they're super comfortable. My pathways are 3 feet, and I kept them grass, which I really love the grass pathways. I just feel like it keeps it very cool and natural, and I mow them and I can throw stuff. If I'm weeding or deadheading, I just throw stuff there and it gets mowed later on. I've got sugar snap peas here. I did a trial of 7 different types of sugar snap peas this year. These are Sugar Daddy and these are Sugar Snap, but it's incredible the difference in the height of the varieties. So that's been really fun to see. If you don't have a very tall trellis, definitely go with something like the Sugar Daddy instead. So just like real quick, walk you through some of the spring crops that are still, push this out of the way for you, Jenny, so you can get through.
Thank you.
Some of the spring crops that are still in the garden. So it's June 1st. So a lot of stuff is kind of finishing up. See, arugula is bolting, flowering. I've got carrots here that need, probably another month. But I've also got peppers interplanted and a maple weed. So these peppers will be ready, rooted in, to kind of take up this bulky space up here once my broccoli and kale are coming out. Cilantro's bolting, that's all right. Lettuce is bolting. I'll pull these out at some point, or I might collect seed. But yeah, cabbages are looking good, kale, some later planted lettuce, which I'm so thrilled with the results of succession planting, because obviously bolting lettuce there and like tiny perfect lettuce here. So
What is succession planting?
oh, what is succession
We were
planting?
talking about it and I didn't know. Sorry for the question.
No, that's great. So this lettuce here was started indoors probably February and planted outside early March, kind of as soon as I could get out here and plant something. And I was a little bit smarter than I meant to be, but I kind of panicked that I didn't have enough lettuce. So at the end of March, I planted some seeds right here. And what's worked out perfectly is that I did harvest off that stuff for several weeks, but now that it's not tasting good anymore, I have another crop right behind it that is younger and at the perfect stage for harvesting. Lots of different kales, some romaine. This bed has more carrots, some collards, broccoli that I've been harvesting off of. This one is a burgundy broccoli. And I've already taken the main stem, but it produces a lot of side shoots, and I think they are just awesome. You will see that I really love purple, and I choose a lot of things that are purple for my garden. The kohlrabi is just gorgeous with these purple stems. And then this is the part you eat down here, the swollen stem. Kind of tastes like a really sweet broccoli stem. Some Swiss chard. This is a purple Savoy cabbage. And this bed has turnips, purple turnips, lettuce that is bolting and needs to be pulled out, and some more gorgeous purple cabbage. This one is kind of your traditional red cabbage. It's called Tete Noir. And then this one is a red Napa called Red Dragon, I believe. And once again, peppers are planted right alongside them, so after I harvest this cabbage, the pepper will already be there and ready to take the spot. Let's see. Oh, I want to show you, come back over here. Well, so the in-ground beds here in the back are about 12 feet long. And then I've got my HVAC unit, which hopefully is not too loud because it's on right now. But we built a potting bench right above it because it was kind of blocking and couldn't put a bed there. But I think it's like a decent way to use the space. And I try not to make this a cluttered mess, but you know, it's the end of the seed starting season and it's a workspace. So I just brought out all my amaryllis bulbs from, you know, blooming inside over the winter. So they're going to be outside for a few months and I need to wash the pots. But I want to show you these right here are apple trees. So I've got 4 columnar apple trees. This one is called Emerald Spire. It's from Stark Brothers. And then this one is Blushing Delights. I think it's a Tasty Treats or something. It's a different breeder. But yeah, these are apple trees. They don't get any bigger than this, maybe 2 feet at the most, and 8 to 10 feet tall. So I thought that would be a really fun way to incorporate fruit trees into this small space. Put them right beside the house and get some height up here. But I planted these from bare root in April. So again, they were sticks and they've like really fleshed out nicely. There were a few blooms, but I don't expect any apples on them this year. We got zinnias and cosmos and sunflowers and strawberries in here. I harvested again, these were just planted this year from bare root, so they're new, but I have been harvesting strawberries off those, which is exciting. And there's different basils, cinnamon basil, lemon basil in here, and a big, what's that? A hibiscus to gather for tea, because that's something that I love to grow, tea ingredients. Okay, I feel like we're getting close to the end. What else can I show you? More zinnias, pincushion flower. This motherwort is just a beast. I've already cut it way back and it is growing so fast. I expect to get like 3 harvests off this year. And I use the leaves just for tea and make a tincture. It's got a lot of good medicinal properties. There's yarrow. Chamomile is really in prime bloom for harvest. So this is a really fun and satisfying crop. You just pop off the flowers like that and they make a really kind of satisfying sound when you harvest them. They smell so good. I love it. You just dry it and brew your tea. More of those Pandora poppies. So there is like not exact symmetry, but a lot of kind of repeated patterns. So peas on all these cattle panel arches for now. But as you can see, I've already planted, if you come around over here, I've already planted a tomato and it's this tall. So I will be taking these peas out in a week probably. They've got powdery mildew. This is the green arrow shelling pea. I've been really happy with these and I harvested a huge amount. Gotta save that chamomile in my pocket. I harvested a lot of peas already from here, but they are delish. And you get like 8 or 10 in each pod, so they've been really productive. But they're almost done. But when those come out, the tomatoes will already be ready to take over the spot. Oops. Okay, pardon me while I eat. This it's a pineapple sage, but it's a yellow variety with these red stems. I've only ever had kind of like a sagey green. So I'm really curious to see how that'll look as it gets bigger. I like it. Artichoke here, green mist ammy, more poppies, snapdragons. The sweet peas are on these obelisks, And they have been growing like gangbusters, but really haven't seen any blooms yet. So I don't know what's going on. I probably need to fertilize them. But that's all right. So yeah, repeating my poppies, bachelor buttons, the Orlea. This side isn't quite as full as the other one, but that's all right. So this is an area I want to work on. There used to be a tree stump here, which was really fun, and I had sort of like flowers and things planted around it, and I would watch the mushrooms gobble it up. But the skid steer that came through and leveled the area scraped the tree stump away. And actually, I thought these peonies were goners, but 4 of them came back, which is pretty amazing. And they bloomed this year. But yeah, I need to get the bird bath level and just kind of figure out, do I want to like actually cut out a bed and mulch it or what? Not sure. Stay tuned. Over here on this fence line, I've got my blackberries, which this is going to be definitely my best harvest yet on these. They're just loaded with green berries. And then Fall Gold, that's a variety called triple crown thornless blackberry. And then these are Fall Gold raspberries. So I've got my first harvest happening now. Oh, actually look how many fell already today. They're so ripe. But yeah, they're delicious. Really, really yummy berries. I'm gonna eat that one. Otherwise, oh, successfully killed this tree. I'm so excited. So I had it cut down, but then the guy was like, I can't get the stump out because it's like totally grown into this fence. But I drilled holes and put Epsom salt in all the holes so you can see. But now this year it has not come back and there are mushrooms growing out of the holes. So managed to do that. There's another one right there that I have not managed to kill yet. So I'm going to try the same tactic again though. These hollyhocks are having their best year so far. They typically suffer from a lot of rust, but I'm not seeing that, which is great. I've got catnip, yarrow, a fig tree planted back there. My first rudbeckia blooming. This is, I think, maybe one of the Sahara or Cherokee Sunset. I don't know. I have so many rudbeckia and they all mix together. I'm going to be growing loofah on this fence. And this right here is a brand new gate. I'm so excited. I could never pass through on this side. And now I have easy access. Put my rain barrels here. And I decided, since this is kind of an unused area of my garden, to go ahead and plant my corn and melons and squash here. So I just moved grow bags over and I've got a couple different kinds of corn, a honeydew melon, a kabocha squash, a canned cheese, a Seminole pumpkin. I'm really trying to lean into some of the winter squashes that are supposedly, hopefully, less susceptible to squash vine borer. So that is my goal here, to get some winter squash and not be just totally killed by those terrible bugs. All right, I want to finish up by just showing you some of the containers here on my patio and some of the fun things that I have growing. But first, Jenny would like to highlight this bright orange lily. And there's another variety back there. These were here when I moved here. Never would have chosen that color, but you know what? It does make me happy. This rose just got moved here. It was where the potting bench is now, so it's doing okay. Suffered a little bit, but yeah, I really need to work on this fence. Me and my neighbor, we both try to tame it, but we're not successful. So this is actually Camellia sinensis, the tea tree, the plant that makes tea, which I've never grown before, and I'm excited about it. It seems to be doing well. I think what you harvest for tea is the baby leaves. So I need to read up more on that, but I'm just kind of letting it grow for now. In this big container, I have passion flower or passion fruit. So this is a native vine in Tennessee, also known as maypop. I got it last summer and I did get a few fruits off of it, but I just love the flowers. So I think I'm gonna let it go wild here. We'll see. I probably shouldn't like let it peel the paint off my house, but you know, plants over paint, right? This is a avocado tree that really suffered inside, but it's coming back pretty strong. So hopefully that'll be good. Got some ginger. These are all those amaryllis I was saying that I just moved out here from being inside over winter. I've got a key lime. Oh, that's a lime and lemon in the same pot, and this is a Meyer lemon. It's definitely suffering. I need to spray it. It's got spider mites, but I do have a few baby lemons on here, so fingers crossed. I got one last year and it was delicious. Best lemon I've ever eaten my whole life. Here, just pineapple mint and apple mint and nettles and blueberries. I try to keep my mint in pots, although way in the back in that crazy wild section that hides my compost, which I've just kind of let go wild in the previous years, I did plant a bunch of mint because if it can compete with the weeds, that would be great. That would be great. But more mint over here and another blueberry. I've been harvesting my first couple of blueberries. This couch is dirty, ignore that. And a turmeric plant. So I've had success with ginger and turmeric in the part shade in the past year, so I'm excited for those too. So I think that's kind of all I want to show you today. Thank you for hanging out. I will really try to do this maybe monthly. That was a mosquito. And then we can just see how things evolve, because it's really fun to watch these plants over the season. I want to see them. I want to look back and see how the garden looked on June 1st, because it just changes so dramatically. So thanks for hanging out on this good enough tour, and we'll see you next time. Jenny, thank you so much for recording my garden tour video. I would like to present you with a thank you gift of sugar snap peas. Enjoy.